Hi everybody, good morning. This is day 2 of our 30-day Showgirl bootcamp. So yesterday I got you to do the task of having a little look at your wheel of life and identifying the 3 things that need the most work on. Now the most common one that popped up in the group was money and finances. Okay, so today's task is all about looking at your money and your finances and where there are holes. So what I want you to do today is I want you to take some time to go through all of your last month's bank statements and have a little look where you're spending most of your money. A lot of you are going to have subscriptions and little bits of money going out that you've forgotten to cancel. That is one of my worst habits. Sometimes I look and I'm like, why have I got 2 Zoom subscriptions coming out? Or why have I got 2 Microsoft subscriptions coming out? And it's because I've either accidentally duplicated my subscription or I've got 2 different businesses and one of the businesses that I don't even have anymore because I've sold it, I'm still paying bloody subscriptions out for that business. So today we're going to sit down, we're going to go through. One, I want you to look for any subscriptions that you're paying that you don't need and cancel them. Get them cancelled now, okay? Second one is I want you to look at where you're spending most of your money or wasting most of your money. Obviously, you've got essential things like bills and stuff like that. They are non-negotiables. You can't change those things, okay? You're also going to have other things like food, fuel, all those kind of things that are important and we need. I know full well when I do mine later, mine is going to be eating out and going out drinking is going to be my biggest one. I dread to think how much money I spend a month on that, okay? I probably bury my head in the sand about it because I don't really want to know. But we're not messing around anymore, are we, on this 30-day bootcamp? We're getting our shit together, okay? And money was one of mine. I'm actually really boss at making money, but I'm really shit at keeping hold of money. I'm really shit at managing my money because I do stupid things like go for 1 drink down the pub and then end up spending like 80 quid or something stupid. That is just like a habit that I've gotten into that I need to get out of. So that's going to be like part of one of my goals this month, to manage my money better, not to be wasting my money on silly things. Like I went to London last month for my book launch. I went for 2 days and I spent 500 quid. How ridiculous is that? That is just like a stupidly insane amount of money. And the majority of it was going out to eat, going out to drink. Yeah, it's just taxis, just nuts. So I want you to really, and it's going to be hard because we don't really like to look at these things and we don't really like to be honest with ourselves, but you're going to have to be, okay? And then you're going to have to come up with some ways that you're going to combat that. So whatever your vice is that you waste, I know some people have got them in here, Tracy, I'm looking at you, where they just buy costumes because they love it and then they never use them, okay? Loads of you will identify with that. I used to be that person as well, okay? So I want you to look at where you're spending the most of your money, and if you're utilising those things and you enjoy those things, then it's not a waste. I'm not saying like don't have any enjoyment in life, but I'm saying if you're looking at it and being like, look, that's a bit silly that I've spent that much money and I don't really know what I've got to show for it. Like I don't have anything to show for spending my money on going out for meals and drinks. I'm not going to say I'm not going to do it at all. Well, I'm not going to drink this month. That's one of my things because I'm trying to improve my physical health. I'm not going to say I'm not going to go out for dinner and stuff like that because I actually really enjoy that, but I'm just not going to do it like 3 times a week or whatever stupid things that I do, okay? So get yourself either a spreadsheet on your computer. I know some people like Ailey love a bloody spreadsheet. I just like to write stuff down, okay? So do a spreadsheet, or I'll pop a template in the link below where you can just write down everything you're spending your money on and identify, 1, where you can get rid of any unnecessary subscriptions that do not need to be there. 2, what are you wasting money on and how can you cut back on that, okay? And 3, have a little look at your overall income and your overall expenditure, okay? So when you're looking at that, I want you to look at how much money you've got coming in every month. That's going to be easy for some people who have a normal job, but someone like me who's got like loads of different businesses, it can vary. So mine like averages around between 5k and 7k a month. But it's not always that. Sometimes it could be a little bit lower, sometimes it could be a little bit higher. But I want you to have a little look at what you're averaging on your income. So do like the last 3 months or something like that. And then what your essential expenses, once you've got rid of all the stuff that you don't need to be doing, like wasting your money on stuff, subscriptions that you don't use, all that, put all those things down and then have a little look at how much money you've got left over, and then have a little think about how you can allocate that money this month to work for you. So instead of me going out buying a bottle of wine, I could go to a dance class. I could spend that money, the same amount of money, on going to take a class than I could going to buy a bottle of wine. Yeah. So I'm going to start thinking more in terms of how can I make that money that I've got left over improve my life this month. Okay, so they're your tasks for today. I will pop them in the comments, but number one, find all your mad subscriptions that you're paying for. Like I had one go out the other day and it was like for a fucking horoscope that I must have signed up for like God knows when. It was like £5 to tell me my horoscope, and I don't even know how I access it. Like it's just coming out in my bank account, so I need to get on top of all mine. Number two, look at where you're wasting money, where you're doing mad stuff. And number three, look at your income and then look at your expenses, and then have a little look about if you've got money left over after paying all your essential bills and stuff like that, how you can use that to better yourself this month, whether that's getting a gym membership, whether that's going taking classes, whether that's buying yourself a new costume. I mean, these things could be like your rewards as well at the end for you achieving your goals as well. So I'm going to leave you with that task today. That is a bit of a mammoth task. That's something that we kind of do in our membership. On the last Wednesday of every month, we have a little look at our accounts and where we've been wasting money or what we've spent this month and stuff like that. You're wanting to get on a regular basis, then maybe you might want to think about having a little look at our membership. But yeah, get that done today. We'll see how everybody's doing, and I will see you all tomorrow.